Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Dollar rallies in late New York on FOMC minutes analysis. http ntvforex.com news ID C86FD08 2020 22:12:16 a.m. The greenback regained traction in New York and rallied across the board on Wednesday as the Federal Reserve hinted that it would consider changing its monetary policy in order to stick to aggressive monetary policy for far longer than previously expected. NBSP Reuters reported Federal Reserve policymakers are considering tweaks to monetary policy that could result in the U.S. central bank sticking with aggressive stimulus measures far longer than under its previous rubric, minutes from their last policy meeting showed. NBSP The readout of the Fed's July 28, 29 meeting, published on Wednesday, also showed policymakers concerned that a recovery from the economic downturn triggered by the coronavirus pandemic faced a highly uncertain path. For instance, they judged that the swift rebound in employment seen in May and June had likely slowed and that additional substantial improvement in the labor market would hinge on a broad and sustained reopening of business activity. NBSP The minutes also showed policymakers were nearing agreement on changes to the Fed's policy framework, including changes to its periodic statement of longer-run goals and monetary policy strategy. NBSP versus the Japanese yen. Although dollar continued its recent losing streak and fell to a fresh two-week low at 105.11 at Asian Open on USD's weakness, price staged a strong rebound to 105.60 on short covering before retreating to 105.18 in Europe. However, the pair later rallied to session highs at 106.14 in New York afternoon after the release of Fed's FOMC minutes. NBSP Although the single currency gained to January 1952 in Asian morning, price retreated to January 1923 in European morning, and despite recovering again to January 1950, the pair later fell to session lows of 1.1831 in New York afternoon on renewed USDS strength after the release of FOMC minutes before staging a minor rebound. NBSP Reuters reported Eurostat confirmed its earlier estimate of a 0.4% rise of annual inflation in July, after a 0.3% increase in June. NBSP stripping away food and energy prices, a key measure watched by the European Central Bank, inflation rose in July by 1.3% from 1.1% in June, Eurostat said. NBSP While the British pound extended its recent ascent and gained to 1.3265 at Asian Open, then to a fresh 7-1-2-month high at 1.3266 at European Open after better-than-expected UK inflation data, cable erased intraday gains and later fell to 1.3195 on cross-selling in sterling before rebounding to 1.3227 in New York on short covering, but only to tumble again to session lows at 1.3095 due to USDS strength. NBSP Reuters reported British consumer price inflation rose to 1.0% in July from 0.6% in June, the Office for National Statistics said. That was above all forecasts in a Reuters poll of economists that had pointed to an unchanged rate of 0.6%. NBSP core inflation, which excludes typically volatile energy, food, alcohol, and tobacco prices, also rose to 1.8% from June's 1.4%. Economists had expected the rate to fall slightly to 1.3%. NBSP In other news, Reuters reported no new high-level trade talks have been scheduled between the United States and China, but the two sides remain in touch about implementing a Phase 1 deal, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows told reporters aboard Air Force One on Tuesday. NBSP U.S. President Donald Trump earlier told reporters during a visit to Yuma, Arizona, that he had postponed an August 15 review of the trade agreement signed with China in January given his frustration over Beijing's handling of the coronavirus pandemic. NBSP data to be released on Thursday. NBSP Germany producer prices, Swiss trade balance, industrial production, exports, Imports, EU construction output, US initial jobless claims, continued jobless claims, Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Survey, leading index change, and Canada ADP employment change. NBSP. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.